Okay, so we're talking about the SharePoint online site. Let's continue with the SharePoint online. That is also called SPO. SharePoint online is also called SPO. Settings, related options and features. So where's the site settings, related options and features? Let's go there now. I will go to the incognito here, and inside the incognito I open the sites and then active sites. Inside the active sites I'm going to go for your first name company site that we have previously created. I'll click that, your first name company site, and there's the URL. So once we click the URL here, then we will now we need to we last time went for site content and then site settings. So if I just click, hover my mouse over here, so that is also showing the settings option here. So if I first of all, if I click the site contents from any given site here, so I'm going to click that site contents, right? And then on the right side comes the site settings. So that's one thing, site settings, and this is the same icon that you see here, and there's that icon that just shows settings here as well. So what we can do is, first of all, if you click the site settings here, site contents here, and then site settings, so I'm just going to click the site settings here, and all those options of a site comes. But this is the same, the settings option only comes here, and settings is on the navigation bar where just SharePoint is written there, right? So it's on the top level, while these are the settings for this specific site, and you can see all the features here. If I just still go to this settings here, let's click on the top right, this settings. So it goes for overall SharePoint options, shared with, add an app, site contents, change the look, site settings. So that same option comes here as well, the site settings from these settings. So this is not direct site settings, but it can take you to site settings. So I'm going to click here as well, and it just simply lands on the same page. Okay, if last time we were talking about the people and groups, and there we're able to add users. We can create groups and add them as well, and we can give permissions to them for different sites. I'm going to be uploading slides as well. In fact, well, that's pretty much the same information for the online midterm quiz after the intersession week. So I'll just it's pretty much the same option here as well. Same type, same way, same format. Okay, so let's continue, but it will also be after intersession week, and 20 or 25 questions, and all will be covered from the OneNote, the labs, and the slides I will upload you will have enough time during internet session week as well. It's going to be open book, obviously, which I did not actually mention here. It will be open book. So just like in previous courses, you had we cannot backtrack. It will happen during the class time of each course, 1 hour. There's a possibility of 2 attempts, but it's only if you can prove that you got an error there. Otherwise, first attempt marks will be for the first attempt only. The marks will be counted. Okay, so as we were talking about the SharePoint site settings, so through site contents we go to site settings. I'm just gonna go back here, and so in site settings we had talked about site permissions. If I just click the people and groups, although we have covered it, so I'm just gonna click just to show, and I'm gonna click that people and groups now. And normally you can add here, add users or add groups here as well. But right now nobody is showing here. So how did I get here? It's just either you can go to the top here and then site settings. Once you click the site settings, then I went to people and groups. So once we're inside the people and groups here, in fact we talked about site permissions and site collection administrators. We still need to check some of the other options here. So if I go to the people and groups, let's click that people and groups. So you would see there, I'm gonna click the new option here, and I'm gonna click add users to this group, right? So once you click the new option, there's add users and add users to this group. I'm gonna click that, and then it just says that you want to invite anyone to access this site. It also shows on the left side your first name company members. So whoever needs to be member, whoever needs to be made member of this site. Members do not have admin privileges, obviously, but they can just see the contents and download the contents. So if I go for, suppose we had created those users there, if we want to invite and we want to put some names there, like Alan. So it does not actually show any name to me. Maybe it's showing to you. I'm going to click the show options here. So this means that we have to put the full email address here of the user, or maybe it will just pop up later if I just go for anything AM. It's not actually showing me anything for now. Normally it's supposed to pick up those names from the... Okay, so Amir says it shows to me. Yeah, that's what I was really waiting for, that anyone else would mention, because it happens so many times that if it's not working for me, it does work for others. Yeah. Oh no, wow, seriously. Okay, so it was loading in the background. Maybe the background synchronization was going on, and now, but if I just type AM, okay, so it has to be it has to be full name. So if I go for Alan, because we, yeah, so it shows here as well. So it's it does not just, the search is not that good. Okay, so I think I've created by this name as well. Yeah, but I'll just go for this name. So guys, just go for your first name 01, and we all created that. Although if I just put that name, it should show all 5 usernames as the options, but it's just showing one name here. So if I go for 02, it is not able to find it. Maybe I went for 02 and 3 with ER. Nope, it was IR, but it just shows me the 2. Okay, so if you see there, your first name 01, because we all created that, so let's click that. Once you click the name here, then normally there are supposed to be more options here, like some security options, but it doesn't come here. When you have uploaded some document and you're sharing that document with anyone else, then more options come here when you're sharing it, right? So invite people, that you start inviting people, then you send this, but shared with whoever you have shared with already. So while I've put it here, let's still click that shared with here. Let's click the shared with, and it's showing me two options, two people here, but shared with, which is already whoever you've shared with, and also it shows email everyone, and it shows advanced. So if I click the advanced inside the shared with, so then it takes us back to where we were, playing with permissions. We talked about permission levels and added full control and all the other permissions. And you want to add anyone, grant permission, create group, edit user. So definitely, this is what we have already covered. But advanced option actually takes you where you can really control all the permissions. So I'm gonna check back option here. This one on the browser. I'm going to click the back option, and we're back to where we can add some users, and we can also do some action here. Action just is email users, message selected users, or remove users. And in the settings area, there's group settings, there's view group permissions, and make default group. Also list settings, manage settings such as columns and views. So this is all for people and groups of this whole this site members. So we have talked about permissions already, but just wanted to show that from people and groups also you can, obviously first you select people and group, and then obviously you will go for permissions. So nothing to do here much. So what we're going to do is we can just go back to this settings. Let's go back here, and the settings, after that we go to site settings, right? So I'm going to click the site settings again. So we're back to the site settings page where people and groups are there, site permissions and site collection administrators. We have done it, but I'm just going to click this site permissions again just to show you this is the same area, right? So I'm going to click back here. Nothing to do here because we have already talked about that. Site collection administrators, I'm going to click on that as well temporarily. You don't have to do that. So if I click that, so it's just who do you want to be the administrator. You need to add that person here. I'll click back from here as well. So Hamid says what can we do on Delve page? What is the Delve page? Because Delve is an extra feature in so M365 Delve. So if you go to the site, use Delve to manage your Microsoft 365 profile and to discover and organize the information that's likely to be most interesting to you right now across Microsoft 365. So Delve never changes any permissions, so you will only see documents that you already have access to. Other people will not see your private documents. So normally Delve would be just making your profile a little more colorful and adding to your profile some more information. Suppose your resume, suppose your certifications there across Microsoft 365, when they come to visit your profile, they would just check out that what else you do and what are your what is your designation in the office or what kind of projects you're on. So Delve, to go to Delve, select Delve in the app launcher in Microsoft 365 or open delve.office.com. Now Microsoft 365 is a combination of long list of applications there, all for business use, and Delve is one of them. Yammer is there, Power BI is there, which is really being used nowadays a lot. Okay, so so this is more update, working with Delve, view and update your profile. So if you want to really update your profile, store your documents where Delve can get to them. This is Delve, and what we can use Valve to manage your Microsoft 365 profile and discover and organize the information that's most likely to be interesting. So that's the main thing Delve does. We're gonna visit that too as soon as it gets into the features. But we're gonna check it out. There are long list of other applications there as well. We're gonna try to go for main ones here and try to we're gonna try to go for Teams. Okay, so I'll just try to come back to what we were talking about. Yeah, no, there. So here, site collection administrators think when I was here. Oh, okay, so I thought you saw it somewhere here. That application and long list of other applications we're going to try to visit and briefly and check it out as well, definitely. So site app permissions, let's go there. Maybe it's maybe you saw it there. So site app permissions, right? So that is just SharePoint online.acosign.com. That is written there, and there's an app identifier which is just like a SSID or a unique ID or SID is there. So there's a unique ID for an application, which is itself just the SharePoint online.acosign application. So one application is just registered here. If you add more applications, we haven't added any application, otherwise they do come up and show up here, right? Normally what happens is when you see this kind of interface and you hover the mouse over there, so normally there's a drop down that comes normally here, but they didn't create it for this page. So when you add the app at that time, normally the site application or site app permissions are they show here, but they're not showing it here. When we add some other app, then it will show. So we will be adding apps as well, but right now let's check out. Let's go back here and explore the site settings. So I'm going to click that back button here, and site app permissions. Once we start adding more apps there, so you will see that the app ID simply shows there. When you add the app, obviously the permissions can be added as well there. So if I go back down to web designer galleries here, site columns and site content types. So we talked about that last time as well. Site administration. So I'm going to click that site columns here. And yeah, so we did talk about that what kind of columns you would allow in your whole site there. So this is more towards if you're really into web development and you're really into website designs, and you want to go for columns there: end date, language, start date, your URL. You can just change any of the wordings there, as well as create new columns to be added. Suppose it's a hospital, you want to add medicines there as one column for medicines. Obviously when you upload documentation, so then there also you should be adding a column that could populate the columns that are here. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here because last time we had discussed site columns and then site content types. I'm gonna go down here, still touching those, so we could go ahead and have some context as well, that this is what we have left. So site content types: JavaScript, display, template, basic page, document, Dublin core columns. So again, it's about how your web page should look like. And phone call, memo, group work, content types. What kind of contents are you allowing on a typical site? Normally pretty much whatever is needed for a commercial site are all added here, but for an advanced user you can just try to add more content type here as well. Normally some kind of development would be needed here and some kind of coding would be needed here as well. If I click the create button for site settings and site content types, so first of all, use this page to create and manage content types declared on this site and all parent sites. Content types visible on this page are available for use on this site and its subsites. So obviously this document here is a content type. You can add items here, and that is already available here. Basic page available here. So this is again you want to change the services or the type of content you want. You want somebody to fill out the forms. You want people to have pictures uploaded there. So definitely that's wiki page uploaded there. Web part, we talked about web parts as well, site pages. So all that content type normally is it belongs to typical site, whichever and commercial one you're using. So definitely these are all the things which are required are actually there, unless you have very good reason to make some changes here. About that form filling that was showing here, form. So there is another application called forms as well. Now that topic again, yeah, that topic is upcoming. Okay, so there will be in Sharepoint side. There's a older application, and there's a newer application called forms. Just so I don't want to then mention now and do the lab, and then later when you see that, so at that time I'll do that. Anyway, I was going to talk about forms, but it's an upcoming topic. So I'm going to click back here again on the top. So regional settings, site administration. So this is just typical configurations here for any site administrator. I'm going to click that regional settings here. And yeah, you can just set up which region are you regularly connecting to, which is the locale, and then sort order. Your calendar is Gregorian. There are many other calendars as well, and then the work week. So that these are all typical options. I'm going to click cancel here. Seems like and language settings. So in when I click language settings, so enable pages, I think you know what we have done that, because I remember we took screenshots of this here. In fact, so there is permissions. Then we talked about seventh was we started to talk about site settings and site features. Delete the site. Okay, so we just started doing that at that time, so that's why it seems so familiar that we have visited it. So whatever languages, whatever extra languages you want to add there, enable pages and news to be translated into multiple languages. If I enable that, so there is English, and you can just add any language here as well. Very simple and straightforward options there, not much here. So I'm just going to click, well, there's an advanced settings here. If I click the advanced settings, so there's an override translation related setting here. You want to override the translations for any of the languages. Then you can enable that option. Otherwise, normally translation button do appear for any foreign language or non-English language. Okay, so I'm going to cancel out from here as well and leave this. Export translation, import translation, I now remember that we did talk about that. I'll just go further down here. RSS, workflow settings, and term store management is a bigger topic, though, so we're going to talk about that later. But workflow settings up till here, we did talk about this. I'm going to go down to search here, and search, you can see that search basically is a, it's pretty straightforward. You can just type your search query, and it is supposed to get that. But results, sources, result types, query rules, schema, search settings, search and offline availability, configuration import, configuration export. So now, just like Google really is famous because of their search results are very relevant when you click them, when you do the search. So that's what you can do here as well. You can just try to manipulate, or try to control how the search really goes on in your environment. Suppose there's a document, just a small example. Suppose your boss, CEO of the company, created a document called accounts, right? Accounts, CEO, accounts dash manager, suppose. And some employee is also looking for a document, Excel sheet called accounts. So when the employee searches, that search should not pull up CEO's document as well, right? So that's what we can also do by with the search, that okay, do not include these persons or these groups documents when somebody searches any document. So you can refine the search in many ways, but this goes really advanced here as well. I'm going to click that result sources under the search. So use result sources to scope search results and federate queries to external sources such as internet search engines. After defining a result source, configure search web parts and query the rule actions to use it. So what basically it says that you want some people to find users to be able to find any document or anything here. So if the document suppose is not found here, or any keyword they're looking for, and maybe there are wiki pages there where you have put some information, if that information is not found in this site, so you can just also add Google search engine and internet search engines, that if something that the user are looking for are not found inside the Sharepoint site, then the search should go out to look in the search engines as well. Result sources replace search scopes which are now deprecated. You can still view your old scopes and use them in queries but not edit them. So if I click that new result source here, this one, so names must be unique at each administrative level. For example, 2 result sources in a site cannot share a name, but one in a site and one provided by the site collection. Local SharePoint you want to search, remote SharePoint you want to search, open search 1.0, or exchange server you want to search in. What are the protocols? That is in the protocols that you're saying. And the type, SharePoint search results or people search results. Are you looking for some items there, or are you looking for people and groups there? And then search results here, don't show partial search results. Whenever the whole search is done, then only show that. Query transform search terms here, then you can actually go for build some search terms there that which are acceptable and which are not acceptable. And credentials information, select default authentication if users will connect to this source using the default. So authentication would be obviously how users are logging in. If I go up there and type here search, so your first name dash search dash in dash mailboxes, right? So suppose we're putting an option in our SharePoint search that although search should be strictly done in SharePoint sites, but it can be done in Exchange server. So it may connect to our Exchange server, and it may connect and search in some Exchange server items as well. So suppose you put that, I'm just going to select that and Control C and Control V here. Search local SharePoint for results from the index of the search. Select open search 1.0/1.1 for results from a search engine that uses that protocol. Now we don't know if Google uses open search protocol, or Microsoft Bing search engine uses that, or Yahoo search uses that. Well, maybe I've all used that. So if I go ahead and copy that and type here, does Google use open search 1.0? So while SharePoint supports the open search, but there are very limited documentation around the integration around integrating with the Google. Okay, Open Search is a collaboration of technologies that allow publishing of search results in a format which is really okay. Here also it says how to let Google power open search on your website. So okay, so Google does support open search protocol, and there are some limited step-by-step documentation there that would connect your SharePoint site to Google search engine. So that only happens with the help of open search protocol, which SharePoint supports and which Google also supports. So select exchange for results for an exchange source. Obviously that would be mailboxes or calendars where you could search, and select remote SharePoint for results from the index of a search service hosted in another farm. So that's another SharePoint online that you want to search in. So we have named it your first name search in mailboxes, and we can select this exchange here, right? If it allows us. And once we have selected exchange, then down here exchange source URL, type the exchange EWS URL from which to retrieve results. So that is also a requirement now, that you have to put auto discover for this. If I go back to exchange URL, and normally it's this domain name that is supposed to be also mentioned, auto-discover dot. If they have a default a record for auto-discover dot and this domain name dot on Microsoft.com, well, so for everyone to search their own would be a bit tricky. So we can go back and change this to, if I click open search, so it then goes for search terms here. So guys, let's just, instead of exchange, let's just go for open search here, and I'm gonna change that search in mailboxes to search online. So just change it from search in mailboxes to search online. So once you have done that, and you can click open search here as well. So that would be our first screenshot. Let's take a screenshot of your site there, where your sales department is also name showing there, and your name is showing here anyway. So take a screenshot number 1, that is result source. Just name it result source. Let's keep it simple. So screenshot 1 would be inside the site settings, under the search, and then result source. So I'll go for screenshot 1, result source. I'll put it there. Result source. Okay. So I'll just go back here quickly, and so open search 1.0, 1.1, and it goes for search term and source URL, and that is where you can give the source URL. Now if they have proper extent, format for this, proper syntax for this, we can put that. Otherwise, enter the URL of the open search source. Include the query in the URL by using the query variable search terms, which will be automatically replaced with the query. So they just say that what you have done above in the query, that you can just replace with here as well. So I'm going to click that, learn more about query transforms here. I'm going to click this, and it says to provide search results that are appropriate for a user query, sometimes you have to change the query. For example, suppose you create a search vertical for pictures. When someone types a query in the pictures vertical, you have to change the query so that it returns only search results that are pictures. They're basically saying that if somebody is looking for pictures, it should not, uh, you know, go for and get the documents as well and PDF files as well. It should just only get the picture. So query, whatever search was done, query should be letting you use that. To change a query, you use the query builder to configure a query transform. You can configure a query transform to replace properties of a query set, such as the result source that the query will use to get search results. So it's overall the meaning of this is that you can put some queries there, and when those queries are understood by the search terms, then it will simply detect that, oh, okay, this guy is actually looking for pictures, or this guy is looking for just the PDF documents, or he or she is looking for whichever exactly in the search they are looking for. It's going to try to detect that, right? So there are some rules there also that are transform replaces this contextual query variable. User.name was this name of user who typed the query, or site.url, site where user typed the URL. So this is just an example of how the query can be transformed, and a transform replaces this bound query variable with search box query or search terms. So this is the query that the user typed as changed by the most recent transform. So user just types Bob's picture, right? And then the search term, it simply translates it to the Google to the search engine, that okay, Bob's picture needs to be searched, so go look for any data that has the word Bob, and go look for any pictures that are attached to Bob's profile. So that would be all that it's going to do. So it goes a bit complicated here, that it's going to try to transform your query into a term that the search engine can understand, right? So that's why there's a launch query builder here, and you can go for try to understand that as well. For now, we can just add here instead of www, suppose google.com here, and then if we go down here, source URL, now it could make us really put that, otherwise it might just accept this as well as a value. Other than that, there is authentication system, but it's right now not functional here. It's not going to let us put some authentications. So these are just some of the areas that we need to configure for result source, but overall purpose of a result source is to let the users use wider search engines, bigger search engines, instead of just sticking to SharePoint site. But it could also be a security breach as well, that the user was searching within SharePoint and found a file with similar name on Google that is actually from on an unsafe site, and the person would download it, which would not be a good idea. So be careful letting your SharePoint users adding documents from unknown sites on Google search engine. So if you're sure really, they can just separately search, but not through SharePoint. So I'm going to click save here after putting this. Otherwise, if there are errors coming, then we don't have to. So invalid URI, the format of the URI could not be determined. This is not a URL, this is a URI, and that format has is normally different. No, it is saying URL here, but it's just saying that you need to give a URI. So what we can say here is that we can understand what it's doing, but if anyone's interested, I will just send you the step-by-step lab for that, which Microsoft document provides. For now, we just need to understand, okay, so result scope, we can just really give more features there. So other than Sharepoint, Google can be used, Bing can be used, Yahoo search can be used as well. So just to give the scope, a bigger scope of search. I'm going to click, let's click back the site settings here, or cancel from the bottom. So let's click the site settings to go back to the site settings here. And when we go down, so there is result types here as well, query rules here, schema, search settings, search and offline availability, configuration, import and export. So it's all about search, or it doesn't end here as well. So there's only a search for the whole site, then there is a site collection administration, and search result sources. So there's a result sources here, then there's a search results. So result types, query rules, what we had individually available here, that this is the same that is available as option for specific site. So what is site collection? So this means that our top site is actually this one, right? So this is our top site. Now if you have created subsites, so we did create one subsite there as well. So that subsites and subsite, suppose you want to create you create a sales department subsite in the main site collection, and under that subsite maybe Toronto.sales department, and then New York sales department. Within Toronto subsite, Toronto sales department subsite, you can create also downtown dash Toronto dash sales department subsite. So it could be subsite, and then under that hierarchy of child subsites there also you can create. So if you want to implement search, affect the search on all sites and subsites as well, you go change the search results here, or change the search behavior here. Otherwise for this site you can make the search you can change the search behavior here, which will only affect this particular parent site and not the subsites. So I'm going to click that result types here as well, and so it says here, tailor the look of important result types by crafting a display template in HTML and defining a rule that controls when to show it. Rules higher in the list take priority. Learn more about how to configure all results types. I'm going to click that learn more here, and it says you use display templates to control the ways in which search results appear and behave in search related web parts. So there are many pre-configured display templates. You can create other display templates. So how would the search appear? Suppose you just search for a document, and how would it appear in the page, the result? So you can just use any of the templates there as well, or you can just introduce your new templates there as well. So tailor the look of important result types by crafting a display template. So it says a display template here. I'm going to click that display template, and it then goes ahead. So design manager, edit display templates, search results and other search related web parts rely on display templates to control the appearance and behavior of search results. So how do they appear? How do they really go for search? What is their algorithm? The best way to create a new display template is to copy an existing one that's similar to what you want, and then change yours using an HTML editor. So if I click new here, so then it just shows you that within Word document or OneNote you can create a template, display template. I'm going to click that learn more further here, and it's going to take us to the other site to just give us search in SharePoint. Now it shows us that how many components can work inside the search. And so there is a crawl component, there is content processing component, index component, query processing component, crawl database, link database. This word crawl, normally Google, when suppose you created a company website, you want it to appear on the top websites in your area. So that is all normally done by SEO, search engine optimization guys. But what really happens is that Google, whenever your site is up on the internet, and all DNS across the planet knows that. So Google also crawls through the content of your website, and for it to show it in its search results. Suppose somebody is looking for the product that is sold on your site, well, there would be other million sites as well, but your Google will crawl through your content, and it will put it in its database. But does it appear on the first page, does it appear on the second or third page? That depends on then how much you paid for Google ads. And there are many other search engine optimization techniques, or SEO, where then your site comes first. If your site comes first on Google page, obviously you will get more business, because more people, millions and millions, will see your site first, so they will visit you, and some of them will become your paid customers. So the whole engine, search engine, search component interaction. So how does all the search component interact with each other? That is all showing here in this diagram. And they're talking about, actually this page talks about crawl components, and not, this is overall how search really works, and that how many components are shown here. And this is what we were talking about before as well in the search area. I'm gonna go back to this because that did not really show much about this. So how, when you have done your search, then how it displays that page, and also appearance of the results as well as behavior of the results. Suppose you looked for accounts Excel file, so should it appear as latest ones that were created, or should it appear as oldest account files if the file by the name of account was created by multiple users? How should it appear there, right? So all that, and how should it get displayed on the search result page. So if you already have a template, obviously then you would upload it. Otherwise, the regular template after the search is done can be used as well. Now we're talking so much about search here, but we haven't seen a search template. Like there is a template available in a Subsite. Now what am I talking about now? What we can do right now is we can actually create a Subsite, and we can dedicate that Subsite to be a search engine. What I mean by that, if we can create a Subsite and it will just have one search engine window that you can go ahead and search inside, right? So yes, you can create a Subsite that just offers one thing, search. So before we go further into search features, let's just go back a little and try to go to the main website page and check out and create one Subsite there, right? So I'm going to click that site settings. Let's click this site settings here. Let's click this. We're back, and then there's a home button here, right? Let's click the home button, and then we can again go to site contents. Why? Because we will now create another Subsite, but now we're going to change its template. We're going to try to look for that template whose only purpose, which only has the purpose of letting you search. It only offers you one feature, search. So I'm going to click that site contents here, And inside the site contents, I'm going to click the new and subsite. Let's go for site contents. Let's go for new. Let's go for subsite. So once we click the subsite here, now before we write anything, this is the set of templates that are available there. There used to be a lot of templates, but they've removed many of them. In collaboration tab, we see team site, no Microsoft Suicide Group, and team site classic experience, project site. Then there's an enterprise tab here as well. And document center template is there, record center is there, basic search center. So this is actually a site that you create, but its only purpose is to offer you search across SharePoint. If we go for Do It Enterprise, this is only for SAP. I'm going to go back to Enterprise tab here, and I'm going to select Basic Search Center. So let's select that Basic Search Center, and also let's type your first name dash well, we can just name the template, use the same name there, Basic Search Center. There used to be an Enterprise Search Center, but they removed that template as well, not sure why. I'm going to click Control A, Control C, Tab, Control V, and this whole name I'm just going to paste here as well. So it's the same name that I used up there, I'm using down here as well. Okay, so it's the Basic Search Center, and the Basic Search Center template has been so this would be our screenshot too. Creating a search center. Screenshot 2, creating a search center. Screenshot 2, creating a search center. Let's take it out. So your name, Basic Search Center, and the Basic Search Center template also selected there. Screenshot 2, your Basic Search Center. Put it there as well. So screenshot 2. Okay, so I'll go back here. Now if it is selected, I'm going to go down here and use permissions as parent site. Yes, it's okay. We can always change the permissions, and then we can just select yes to these two as well, which is navigation and navigation inheritance. So it will this site name will appear up there in the navigation as well. So I'm just pressing yes to both of these. Otherwise, just the above one is the top one is enough, or this one is enough. Third one is enough. I'm going to click. So just gave the name and selected the Enterprise tab based Basic Search Center. The rest is, and press the yes on the first and third. I'll click create now. So once it is created, uh, that's it. So well, that's the we can say most basic page of search that I've seen. Normally they used to have this template with some document links here as well. They removed even that, so they literally made it a basic, as they said, totally basic search page. So that is the first page here. And now even there is no you can say extra link there. I'm just going to refresh that. Maybe it didn't fully load, or is that it? Because it used to be a little different, but they've made it totally basic. Okay, so this is the search, and it's gonna just be obviously in the background they will be indexing whatever documents that you have uploaded, and whatever items you have uploaded that you want searched here. So did we upload anything in Sharepoint ever in this site? Or we can upload even now. So you can see first of all that this is the URL, right? So before we go away from here, we can just copy this URL. Although we can just go to Sharepoint, and subsites normally also will show. Okay, Dong says in chat, if I don't create result source, any issues happen later on. No, it's okay. So I'm going to copy this, right? And I'm going to click the Sharepoint. I'm moving away from here, right? I'm going to click the Sharepoint, and so this is the company site where we were. So the search center appears here anyway. So I'm going to go to the company site. Let's go to the company site, which is the main site, right? Now we're back in the company site, and let's upload some document and see if that document is searchable from that subsite, because it may index all the information right away, or it may take time for the indexing. Indexing just means that it's gonna crawl through the site, the search engine, and it's gonna check that what items are there anyway. So I'm gonna go to the documents here, and here actually we have many documents here. Let's just upload something from our random file from our laptop or desktop. I'm going to click the upload button here and go to files. I'm going to click the files here and go for any random file. You just need to remember the name, because then we can go to our our search subsite, and we can try to search from there. So I'm just going for any random document here, whatever name you want to find out. So I see new user credentials, or there is new user credential batch 1. Okay, I'll double click that. Any random file, but I need to have this name. Okay, I'll just click on top of this file, and Control C from the keyboard. Just copy this, and I'll just simply go back to this site. Now some random file uploaded, and the name of the file I have copied, right? And so what we can do is we can go back to Sharepoint, we can go to that search, and we can put this name there. Well, now we're doing it too early, but online, and it's just one file. Does it take time for it to be able to search it? So I'm going to click that Sharepoint here to go to that new search subsite that we created. I'm going to click Sharepoint, and then there's that your first name basic search center. Let's click that. And so the file that I just uploaded now is this. And whatever file you've uploaded, or you know any file before, you can just go ahead and search that. Yes, right away it searches that and tells me where it is. So, well, search really works fine within this site. And what we can check, one more thing is, remember that we created another subsite which is your first name sales. So first of all, okay, search result is successful. So let's go for screenshot number 3. Search result successful. Screenshot number 3. Search result successful. So you can just dedicatedly create one search site, and then in the background you can play with all the search tools, search rules, search scope, search types, resource types, result types, and you can actually really manage your search. Screenshot number 3, search, what was that? Screenshot number 3, search works. Search results work. I'll go for screenshot 3. Screenshot 3. Search results works. Shot 3, search. So what we can do is that we can simply upload a file in the another subsite, right? So we can upload this on another subsite. I'm going to go to the Sharepoint again, and there is another subsite under the your first name company site that we all created before, your first name sales department. So what we can do is we can go to the your first name sales department, go to the documents, upload yet another different random file, and then come back here to the basic search center and search it right away. So yes, the subsite searches in the main site, the parent site as well, but does it search in another subsite as well? So this means that it would have the ability to search across the site collection, which is, you know, this is the top site. This is also called site collection, and subsite and subsite and subsite. If you have, it should be searching on all. But let's just check it out. So I'm just going to go to that other subsite that we created way back, and click that. It just shows a simple template on this site. I'm going to go for documents here and upload some other different random document, not that same one. So documents and upload. And I'll just go for debug.log. I have just this random file here, debug.log, so I'm just going to double click that. And yeah, I could just write it down there, debug.log. Okay, so it's uploaded here, and I need to go back to that search center subsite. So I'm gonna click the Sharepoint here again. I need to go back to search this one file. It's a very simple name, so I'll just write it down, debug.log.
Excuse me, where did you upload this document?
In the subsite. See this? If I go to Sharepoint, so in previous classes we created a subsite here. So do you see that subsite? Oh, okay. So I'll just go to the subsite, not the company site, but it's subsite. Oh. And oh, okay. I'll click the SharePoint again. I'll click the subsite here. Yeah, this one. Then I'm going to the documents. And here there's a debug.log. Well, whatever file you uploaded there, you can remember that name. I'll remember this one. Right, so I'll click that. It opens, and debug.log. Right, so this is the name. Oh, it doesn't. Anyway, I'll write it down. So I'll close this. Now I need to go back to that same basic search center. Basic search center. I'm gonna click SharePoint here again. I'll go to your first name, basic search center. In my case, it is debug.log file name. Yes, it is able to check it, and it shows here the whole path. Yes, it is in your first name, sales department, share documents, forms, and display disp form. So that's it's able to search in the other subsites. So this means that under the site collection, which is the main parent site, it can search in any subsite as well. So other than that, will it be able to search in another site collection when it comes up to that? So that's obviously going to be another question. Now I'll go back to SharePoint. I'll go back to SharePoint. So here there's already a communication site here. This is by default, right? When we opened SharePoint Online the first time, this site was already there. So everyone will have this site. So I'm going to go inside this site, and I'm going to go to the documents, and I'm going to upload another file. Once it is uploaded, then I'm going to come back to SharePoint, then I'm going to go to Basic Center and search that file. So this Basic Search Center is a subsite of this site collection, and this subsite also is part of this site collection, your first name company site. So if I just point it out or annotate here, so this is the subsite of this parent site, this is the subsite of this parent site. But so this is the parent, we can say, but this is also a parent site. This is also a separate. It can have its subsite. We didn't create those, but it's a parent site. Now a subsite of one site collection or one parent site, can it search in another site collection or in another root site or another parent site as well? So that's what we need to check out now. And I'm going to go click on communication site. I'm going to go inside, go to the documents, and then upload some random file which should be totally different from the other two. I go inside, this is totally different site, and there's a documents link here. I'm going to click that, and let's upload some third file that should be different from the first two files. So I'm going to click upload here and files, and I'll go for yet another random file here, and well, okay, I'll go for another long name one. New credentials, new user credentials. Okay, Now I need its name here, so I'll hover over there, and there's a C details, right? So I hover my mouse over there, it pops up here, C details. Okay, on the right side it shows, and again I'm not able to copy the full name, so this means that I have to open this file. It's a very long name. The name shows here as well.
Excuse me, sir. Are you still on the document?
I'll check it. Yeah, so there's a communication site, there's documents, and then I uploaded it here. And then I'm just clicking on the file here. Oh. Okay, so, well, I'm just gonna copy this name. Yikes, now I just saw the chat. So this is another file that, or a third file, different from the other two, that I uploaded only in the communication site. And what we are checking is, we're gonna go to the subsite of another root site or site collection, and we're gonna check it out there. So
Excuse me, please. How can I get the communication site?
how do you get the communication site? Oh, so okay, Kingsley here. Let's see this. You see Sharepoint? Go ahead and click that. And do you see communication site on this page? It's okay to respond.
I don't have communication site on mine. No.
Oh, guys, anyone else don't have a communication site? Everyone else is, because this is already. Okay, Eric says he didn't, and Keith says you have to search it. Okay, so guys, you don't have it. This means some of you don't have it. So search here. Okay, Kingsley, you can just type here on the top, communication. Oh yeah, it pops up here as well. Very strange. It it's also says here frequent sites. Oh, that's why, right? Hey, how come I came here frequently and some of us did not? So we are doing the same thing. Hopefully you got it now, so you can click this communication site, and you can also, once you're there, and if you see this later, you can just click that star here as well, so it adds that here as well on the left side. But yes, it's frequently visited sites only appear here. Somehow for some it's not appearing, but thank you for the tip that you can search from the top here. Listed anyways. Oh, don't have it listed anyways. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's default, it's supposed to be there, but it doesn't appear here for some reason. And recent, if I go featured links, no, it's not here. So yeah. Alright guys, so once you see that, then I'm going to click that communication site here, and then documents, and then yes, we were supposed to upload, right? So I'm going to click that upload and files. Hopefully those who were not seeing it, now you're able to see that. So just go ahead and upload the files and just go for some random file, right? Third random file should not be the same. And once so I've uploaded it already, double click it, and then just remember its name, or just click on the file and copy its name, right? So if I click that, it appears here, and I just selected it with mouse and Control-C with keyboard. So remember its name or just copy. I'll just create a new file with a small name. I just went for a big name here. Okay. Now, well, the exercise is the same. and easy. So you just need to go to that search center, simply put this third file name there, does it search or not, right? So I'm going to go to, if you've done all that, then I'm going to click SharePoint. And then I'm going to go to the basic search center. Let's click that, basic search center. And you're going to search for the third file now, or mainly the path, if it is able to search. It's the path that we're interested in. So I'm on the search center again, and paste this third file and refresh. And if I hover my mouse over there, it gives me the long path, which is share documents, and it actually does not show me communication site. And in fact, is that the same document it's showing, because the name is kind of similar. You know what, guys, just wait up. I'll go to communication site here, go to documents, and files, and I'll just create a new folder inside. You don't have to do that, I'm just quickly doing this. New, and Excel sheet, and I'll just go for your first name file. You don't have to do that, I'm just quickly uploading a random file that I can search easily now. Your first name dash file dot xlsx. I'm going to go back to SharePoint and go back to basic search center, and your first name dash file, right? So it does not, so it did search for me the previous file, which kind of similarly looked like that file. Initial wordings were same. So but guys, were you able to find a file on the other side, parent site, from this parent site's subsite? Wow. Okay, Amir says yes. Hamid says yes. Like it was a third file. It was a totally different named file. Okay. So this means I was searching too fast. Maybe in the background it is still. I'll just quickly go back here, communication site and documents, and check. Did I put the correct name? Yes. NER dash file .xlsx. Okay, I'll just put that. SharePoint, basic search center, and AMER dash file dot xlxs or sx. Really, now I'm like, anyway. Oh yes, so I just searched too early. It hasn't indexed that before, but now it just searches it exactly. So from the subsite, so throughout SharePoint, you can expect that search center. It's not really well basic when it says, then it may be because of the look, but it's a powerful search engine that searches across the whole SharePoint in all your other sites. So guys, if you were able to find this file, then you can take screenshot number 3 here, and 4, screenshot number 4 here, that cross site collection search works. Take a screenshot of this. Cross site collection. So one site collection is one parent site, other site collection is other parent site. So cross site collection search works is the name of the screenshot 4. So it's a quite powerful. When you create a subsite that is only search, it should be powerful. So its scope should be the whole SharePoint and should not have any limitations. Okay, so cross site collection search works. I'm just gonna go for screenshot 4. Cross site collection search works. Cross. Works. All right, so let's go back. So if we go back here so when we were talking about search, so this is a good way to know that not only that you go on the top just for the SharePoint and search there, but you can actually get a subsite that is only dedicated to search results and searching. Okay, so let's go back to our in fact on the right. Okay, so I was hovering over there, so I'm just going to click the SharePoint here, and then I'm going to go to the site collection that we created, or the parent site, or the root site that we created, your first name company site, right? And click on it. And then yeah, the site contents. So your first name company site, and site contents, and then site settings. Now here the site so we were talking about result types, and then there are so they were talking about the display templates there. How does it look like? So defaults are okay unless you're an advanced user for the result templates that you want to change. Then there's query rules here. If I click the query rules in the search, the third one, query rules. So query rules, use query rules to conditionally promote important results, show blocks of additional results, and even tune ranking. So that's what in Google also all the businesses compete for, that their site should be on the top when there's a search for the product that they sell. Now, so many other companies also sell the same product, suppose so. Whichever company's name is on the first page on the top would be accessed more. So use query rules to conditionally promote important results, show blocks of additional results, and even tune ranking. Changes may take several seconds to take effect, but you can test immediately with the test query below. Note that dictionaries may take several minutes to update. So for what context do you want to configure rules? So what are the contexts here anyway? Conversations, documents, items matching a content type. So what they are saying here is that if anyone's looking for, suppose somebody is looking for a picture. Now, the first thing that should come is pictures here, right? Or it should go through whatever you choose here. The search will go through that first. Either conversations it should go through first, or documents it should go through first, or pages, or this all local people results, and it goes on down to wiki system, recommended items, recently changed items, popular pictures, pages, local video results, SharePoint results, or all sources. Now there is a select a resource. Now if you just select all sources, suppose, right? So okay, I just clicked on all sources, which was at the bottom, instead of no, first whoever searches whatever. Suppose I go for documents. I'm gonna stick to all sources. I'm just saying that. Suppose I go for documents. So whoever searches whatever, it has to first touch. It has to go through the documents. Then it will go to some other. Suppose somebody was looking for a picture, or somebody was looking for a wiki page. Wiki page is just an information page, right, for a certain product or topic. So but it's not gonna, you're looking for something else or something that is not supposed to be in the documents anyway. It's still going to go through the searching the document first, and then go to wherever whatever you were searching actually. So instead of that, so this the benefit of that is that okay, you see from the trend, from the pattern, that our users are actually searching documents more than anything else. Or our users, this is a picture company, this is related to some photo albums online. So our users are always searching for picture first, or most of the users are searching for pictures. You would put that there. Or most users are always searching for wiki pages there. Maybe that's the type of the business. So you can just put that first, that okay, their results should be fast, so they should get this first. So you should see the pattern, and then you can come back here and check that where from where the search results should be retrieved first, or what should be searched first for the users, which area of the SharePoint, right? So if I go down to all sources, which we already have selected, so for what context do you want to configure rules? So it's all sources pretty much, in all user segments, yes, all user segments, all topic categories here. So when you say all sources is you're not really prioritizing or preferring any one section of the SharePoint site. You're just saying okay, just search through all. So that is what has been written here. Test query, there's a test query here. Promoted result contains active, inactive, requires review, expired, adds promoted results, so changes rank results. So there's a test query there that says that okay, you want to test how this query or how anyone's search will work. So they try to then put it there. Suppose we want to go for, there's nothing. If I go for active, I don't think there is anything active here. But I just selected the active here, right? Nothing expired as well. Promoted results contains, add promoted results, adds result blocks, changes rank results. So and whatever is active on this date. So today, I'm just selecting today. So there's just a query here that is just trying to let you know that for the above context, it's going to search this way. That's what it's trying to tell you, for the above context, which is pretty much search anywhere, right? Or we could have gone for no, just search documents first, then go anywhere, right? So we could have gone for that too. Or we don't care about anywhere else, but first search the documents and then go for wherever you want to go, Mr. Search Engine, right? So all sources, this is obviously we're not prioritizing any specific field, and then we give whatever is active in the whole SharePoint on this date. You can just search. So well, there are many other results. Phone number in people search, phone number in SharePoint search. A condition or action in this rule is not supported by the same admin pages. So if we keep going down, there are so many things that it can show you, that what are the context that you have chosen above, what can it search. So it can search query matches dictionary, add promoted results blocks, people named. So it's gonna let you see the people, and it's not query matches dictionary on result source. So it's gonna let you see some of the subject terms, or result blocks is just extended results. So it goes a little obviously complicated and complex here. Add ranked result blocks, and then so when it says add ranked result blocks, it just keeps on showing you that whatever extra results for these categories, it's gonna try to check, and wherever it is empty, it's just saying that, oh, okay, what you supported up there may not be let you find phone numbers in SharePoint or phone number in people search, uh, but so wherever it can search, wherever it cannot search, zip code, Visio, Adobe PDF, OneNote, Excel. These are different sections of PowerPoint. Sorry, did I say PowerPoint? SharePoint, actually for Microsoft 365, that it's going to be able to search. But this is pretty advanced stuff as well, that if you want to manipulate search and try to go for that to change the results or to prioritize some sections of the search. So let's take a screenshot number 5 here for manage query rules, and here it's just that whatever you put here as, hey, look there first and then look anywhere else. So this is that area. So you can really affect the result of search as well. What you want, how you want the search to go, you can actually change those results as well for the whole organization. Anyway, let's take a screenshot number 5. Manage query rules is there. Screenshot number 5, manage query rules. Screenshot number 5, manage query rules. I'll just click here, and it now shows your 2 subsites, right? And manage query rules, that's the name. So Google is a billion-dollar company because of its main search engine. So the way they have really created intelligent queries is amazing. Search algorithms. So screenshot number 5. It's manage query rules. And 1 screenshot 5, manage query rules. Okay. If we go back, so I'm going to click the site settings again here. And then there is schema, search settings. So I'm going to click the schema under the query rules here. And schema would be just the basic structure of the whole search query here. Obviously, for advanced users who are going really in depth with all the SharePoint search queries and algorithms there. So use this page to view, create, or modify managed properties and map crawled properties to managed properties. Map crawled properties. Crawled means that discovered, whatever was discovered on the SharePoint site it can be connected to managed properties, and so it's map crawl properties to manage properties. Search automatically extracts crawled properties from crawled content. So it crawl just means that it's indexing the content of any site. Suppose you just created a new site here, and you want to so this SharePoint will crawl the search. This schema will be making sure that any discovered content is according to this map. So whatever content was discovered, is it about me? Does that site have SharePoint site as about me page or about me section? Does it have people online section, notes section here? And it's going to crawl for all these properties in a site. Mail form is there or not, media link is there, media link type, media link URI. So this is a schema, or how a typical SharePoint site is built, with what components it is built. And when it crawls, when the search query crawls, it knows that this is the schema, or scheme of things, we can say, or the way the site components really work, or the components on top of which this site is created. So it just simply goes through all these and retrieve content from these sections or areas of a site. And so overall schema of a search will be how a search really behaves, or how the crawling was done, and then search related content is stored in for the search engine to display those results later. So search automatically extracts crawled properties from crawled content, which is search properties, crawl through the site and collect all the information. You add the content of a crawl property to the search index by mapping the crawl property to a managed property. You can use the setting of the managed property to restrict search results. Search automatically creates managed properties. Now, when you say managed properties, this means that whatever way you want to control the search, right? So not every document could be found, or not these sections of the site should be coming in the search results. So you can control, or just suppose there are many sites, but about me should not, information in the about me should not be showing in the results, right? So that's one example. Information about account name should not be showing in the result, or it should be showing, or just the text of this should be showing. If there's a number there, if there's a digit there, it should not be showing there, right? Or query should work on these areas, but query should not be working on other areas. So that's how we can really go ahead and do an in-depth search on a lot of, there's a lot of way to manipulate a search. It keeps on coming back that we can control the search. So it goes really technical, and it goes really in depth, but the purpose here is to just first explain that what is the schema of a search really composed of. And obviously majority of the time you will see that nobody touches this unless it's a huge site, thousands and thousands of users are running millions of queries there, and you want to control all that. In that case, you can just come here. Otherwise, normally you don't see these areas being touched. So I'm going to go back to site collection administration again. I'm going to click on site collection administration, and after schema is search settings. So if I click that search settings under the schema here, so use this page to configure how search behaves on the site. The shared search box at the top of most pages will use these settings. So you see a shared search box there that on top of well, pretty much every page on SharePoint. So that is controlled from here. Note, a change to these settings may take up to 30 minutes to take effect. So that is also one more thing here. Enter a search center URL. Now remember that we have a basic search center. So when you've specified a search center, the search system displays a message to all users offering them the ability to try their search again from that search center. We actually have a search center here, right? So if we go back to SharePoint, and there is that basic search center. I'm going to click on top of that now. So that search center site appears on the top, right? So we can simply go ahead and copy this, right? Search center site, go ahead and copy this and right click and copy. Once you've copied, then let's click the Sharepoint again. And let's go back to your first name, company, site, and then site contents. We're going to that same search query again, and site settings, right? Site contents, company site contents, site settings. And we were here in search settings, under way down at the bottom, search settings. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, we were there. So here's the search center. It says here search center / pages, or HTTP server site search center and / pages. If I just paste here, that's a long name here. First our domain name, then the sites, then the company name, and then very long name of your first name, basic search center, and then the default ASPX. So there's a URL here. Hopefully it accepts this format. So enter a search URL, we talked about that. Which search results page should queries be sent to? So there is guys, do give me a second. Okay, so which search, so first of all it says enter a search center URL, and then it goes for which search results page should queries be sent to, and that is custom results page URLs can be relative or absolute. Use the same results page settings as my parent. Send queries to a custom results page URL. Results page URL. So they're saying that which page should be opening there to show the results. So that is one thing. And configure search navigation. And it says search navigation allows users to move quickly between search experiences listed in the navigation. Navigation is displayed in the quick launch control on search pages and can also be shown as a drop down menu from the search box. So this is just search navigation that it is showing that on this site you have a search bar up there and it searches everything, conversations, people, everything, right? So all this is searched is searchable through your search bar that is showing on the top. So if we go up there, so this is a site that we have placed here, and what it really says here is that wherever there's a search bar up there, so it can really show this URL as well, that to let the people know that okay, you can go to this page as well and do your search from the search center as well. Well, that's what it says. And other than that, so first of all, I'm just gonna click OK here to see if there's an error or it accepts that format. I'm gonna click OK here. Go ahead and click OK, and yes, it does accept that. So if it accepts that, I'm gonna go ahead and click that again, search settings. I'm gonna click that. So we pressed OK, right? I'm gonna click that search settings again now. So this is the URL that we put there. We can just put screenshot number 6 as search settings page. Screenshot number 6, search settings page. Screenshot 6, search settings page. Screenshot 6. Okay, so wow, today 7 or 8 students are missing. I think they are really busy with midterms. So I'll just go down here and press OK here again. Let's go down and press OK. So we can click the home button here. So there's a search this site showing there, but we don't see any recommendation for going to the subsite there. Although, yeah, we can just go from the central location here and go for it. I'm just gonna click some file which was already searched here. Okay, it's going to directly open that. I was not planning to go for this. So if I go for your first name dash file, search the whole organization for your first name dash file. What I'm just searching on the top here is, I'm just checking that will there be a reference there? Hey, why don't you go to that subsite and search it from there, as the definition was saying. But again, we just try to expect the result to be too fast, like right away it should work. So it normally does not. Well, overall, obviously there's a search central site there as well, and I'm just gonna go back here or exit the search. Right, it does list the search, just simply works fine. It goes to the other root site and gets the file from there as well, from the communication site, which is okay, which is what search should be doing. So let's go back to site contents here and site settings. So let's go back to site contents and site settings. So other than that, search and offline availability, let's click that. Search and offline availability, right? So indexing site content, allow this site to appear in search results, yes. But if you want this site content not to appear in search results, that is another thing you can do. Suppose let's go for no here, where search and offline availability, indexing site content. So specify whether this site should be visible in search results. If a site is not visible to search, then content from that site and all of its subsites will not appear in search results. So not only the content of this main parent site, but all its subsites will also not be appearing if you do the no. So let's click that no now and go to the other site, which is communications site, right? Go to the other site and simply do a search of a file that we uploaded here. So this means that we need to know the name of the file that we uploaded here. So we could go to the other site and then check that now if the result comes or not, right? So what we can do is if we have clicked no, then press OK. We're gonna come back here. Let's just press OK after clicking no here. Let's just press OK. Now, as the feature says that the content of this site and the subsites is not searchable anymore, right? So what we can do is we can go to first of all, we can just check it out from home. What are the documents that we have? We can go to home. We can go to documents of this your first name company site. We can go to the documents area and remember the name of any one document that is uploaded here. Remember the name of any one document that is uploaded here. If it is empty, just upload some random file and remember its name. We're gonna do that search. Now it is no, so this document should be not coming up in the search in the other parent site, which is called communication site, right? So I'm going to click that. I'm just remembering this name here, company accounts-amir.txt. Whatever document you have, just remember the name of that, company accounts-amir.txt. So this is the document that I'm remembering, right? And I'll click Sharepoint. We need to go where? We need to go to another root site, another parent site or another site collection, and search from there a file that is living here in this site. Oh man, you know what? By the time I was saying that, I forgot the name. Seriously, my memory is so good. Not. So company accounts-amir, and that is here as well. I'll just remember that. Yeah, .txt. Okay, so I'm going to click Sharepoint here, and let's go to communication site. Let's go to communication site. Right now, guys, we cannot search from here, or we should not, because it's on SharePoint levels. This is a SharePoint wide search. How about we create a subsite here, which is also a basic search center for this site, and from there we launch that search. That would be a better test. So what we can do is we can go to site contents of this second root site called communication site. Hopefully everyone's there. I'm going to click the site contents here. Why? Because then we can go to new. There's a subsite here. And which subsite are we trying to create here? We're creating a basic search center for this other site collection or this other root or parent site as well, right? Then I'm going to click the subsite. So here we can go for your first name second search center. Your first name, second search center, and this is belonging to a second parent site. So your first name, second search center, I'm going to Control A, Control C, Control V, and Control V. Paste it in the description, paste it in the URL name as well, and the template is inside the enterprise tab. Which template are we using? It's in the, let's click the enterprise tab here, and it also has basic search center. So we know that it's going to search across SharePoint anywhere, but since we put that site off now for search results, so any file from there should not be coming in the search results here. So once this your first name, second search center is written here and basic search center is selected, we're okay. We're just gonna go down and go for yes and yes for the first and third as well. So anywhere in the navigation this should come on this particular site. So this is the name, your first name, second search center, and the enterprise tab has the basic search center template selected, and yes, first and third one selected. Press, let's click create for this site collection as well. Wow, so basic. Okay, so now we need to search for a file. So first it is on no, and the file from there should not be able to come up in the search results here. Then we're going to press yes after that, and then we're going to search the same file. So the first one should not, right now it should not be coming up in the search, and later when we press yes to that setting again, then that file should come up in the search here. So now I have copied that file. So, oh seriously. So yeah, I'll just again go for that file name quickly, guys. So yeah, memory is very good, but right now it's not working. So what good is that if it's not working now? So company accounts, and I'll copy this. I need to search this file which is on this site collection or parent site. I'm going to go to the other parent site, which is communication center. Oh sorry, well, I can find this within the communication center. If I want to go to that subsite that I created, I can go to site contents and then subsites. So I can come from this parent site to its subsite as well, or I can go to SharePoint, and the second one is also showing on the top here as well anyway. And so both ways you can go. So I'll just put that file here. Now if the settings are working, so well, if those settings of no are working, then it should not let you find this file. So guys, did you put a file of the first parent site, file name of first parent site in the search of the second parent site, and were you able to find it successfully? Hopefully you understood or didn't find. So you should not be able to find it because we clicked the no there, that any content of the first parent site should not be coming in the second parent site, or it should not be coming in the search anywhere. Okay, did I choose something wrong in the, it shows me another page after getting that. Did I choose oh no, Amir, you selected document center, so that's a wrong template. You were supposed to select the search center, not document center. So ignore this and create another subsite and select the template called document center and name it second search center 1. Okay, so okay, yeah, create a new one and second search center one, or yeah. So guys, this means that the search result is correct, but we have to actually prove that. Is it really correct? Like, does that setting really work? It seems like it works, that the first parent site's content should not appear in the search result. So yes, it is not appearing there in the search result in the second parent site, right? How about we put that setting back to original, the default one, where it was yes, that all the contents of the first parent site should be searchable. So we can go back there. I'm going to click the Sharepoint here. I'm going to go to, we need to go to that search setting and put it yes now, right? I'm going to click that company site again, the first parent site. I'll go to site contents and then site settings of the first parent site. And way down here is search and offline availability. So we put no here, right? Now we're going to put yes here, and we are expecting that the same search should be okay now. All the content of this first parent site now should be coming in the search result, right? So I'm going to press yes, and hopefully you've selected that yes as well, and press O and K. Now we're going to go back to the second search center of the second parent site. I'm going to click Sharepoint here again. It's already there, second search center, and hopefully it's in the clipboard, that same file name. Now it should come, but maybe we're expecting too soon. I'm just giving it more few seconds. Okay, here it goes. Well, nope, it's still not coming. If I refresh again, search again, so I can just put .txt as the full file name now. Nope. So before it was maybe we're expecting too soon, or I'm just refreshing the whole browser page now, right? And refresh again. I mean, like search here again. Nope. Oh, Kinkley says his worked, so that's very good. Oh, mine worked as well. All right. Oh wow. And I made you write I made you write this one. We are fresh and want to study all night. We'll study till 1 a.m. We'll study. Okay. Now it works. Okay. That's very good, Kingsley. And it works for you, and it worked for you sooner than mine. So that search result works fine, right? If you click no, the whole site content will not be searchable anymore. So we just proved it that that functionality works fine. So we're going to go back to that page, and we're going to take a screenshot of that one where we clicked it no, right? So I'm going to go back here to Sharepoint. It works fine. It's just a matter of time. Refresh, and it works, right? Same file that was not appearing, now it appears. So let's go back to Sharepoint and go back to our first parent site, and then go back to our document page. Oh, why am I here? We are supposed to go to site contents. Why? Because we need to go to that search rule that we changed. Site contents, and then site settings. So site contents, site settings, And search and offline availability. Search and offline availability. So yes, it works fine, it's smooth. So guys, just to take a screenshot, we're gonna put no here temporarily, just to take a screenshot. So so we can say site collection content unavailable. Oh, site collections content unavailable in search. So that's a long one. Site content or site collection content unavailable in search. Site collection content unavailable in search. So just click temporarily no. After taking the screenshot, click yes to it again. So site collection content unavailable in search. Site collection content unavailable in search. Screenshot 7. Site collection available in search. COMP3121 screenshot 7. Site collection content unavailable in search. Okay, so here let's put it back to yes after taking a screenshot of no. Let's put it back to yes. Indexing ASPX page content. So ASPX is just the extension you can see here that it is ASPX, just like HTML is there. So there's that ASPX, and that is the let me just get the table up. Okay, so the text of the items displayed on SPX pages is often included in search results if individual items on the pages on this site are secured by using permissions that are more restrictive than the page itself. Unauthorized users might see this restricted information in search results. So do not index web parts if this site contains fine-grained permissions. So what is fine-grained permissions? It is that you're prohibited from seeing one page while you're allowed to see another page. Fine grain just means that in the same page or in the same site you're allowed to see something and you're not allowed to see some other items there. So if fine grained permissions are configured, then also if you're not able to see that content, you should not be able to, that content should not be coming in your search as well. So you're not allowed to see a subsite, then its content should not be coming in the search results as well, right? So that's what it's saying, that if subsite was you were restricted from, any user was restricted from a subsite, so that user cannot see the contents of their site in the search as well. That's the main purpose of this permission. Always index all web parts on the site, never index any web parts on the site. So web parts, you know that they are small applets, we can say, small applications like YouTube link there, or calendar link there, or Yammer link there, or any app, small app link in on a page is called web part, right? So that you want that to be coming in the search result. That what kind of web part are you using there? Maybe you're using a calendar on the page that you created on the site, so that calendar should come in the search as well or not. So this is what you want, all web parts to come in the search. You don't want web parts to come in the search, right? So that's what it's talking about. Offline client availability. Specify whether this site should be available for offline clients. Allow items from this site to be downloaded to offline clients. So specify whether the site should be available for offline. So you're not connected to internet. So suppose you were connected for 1 hour, and then you know that after 1 hour you will not have internet connection. So do you want this site to be available offline to those clients as well? This means that when they were connected to internet and seeing this site, so all the site will be downloaded for that client as well on that client's machine with the current settings, and the client can see if the client has Sharepoint installed, or Sharepoint viewer installed, then this site is available offline for the client as well. So it is mentioned yes here. And reindex site, marking this site for reindexing will enable this site to be picked up during the next scheduled search crawl. So reindex just means that suppose you've added so many new files now, and you've put some more permissions there as well, that permissions and restrictions there as well for different files that you uploaded. Now you want that re-indexed, which means that, hey, search engine, can you please search faster and crawl a bit earlier to index all my newer files and newer configurations. Maybe you created 3 more subsites there, and you added a huge amount of data there, and you changed a lot of data in the other subsites and parent site. You want that to be searchable faster. The content of all those subsites should be searchable faster. So in that case, you can re-index site as well. So what we can do is we can just click this. I'm going to click this re-index. So go ahead and click that re-index here, and it says here reindex site. Initiating reindexing may cause massive load on the search system. Please make sure that you don't initiate this without having done changes that requires all items to be reindexed. So suppose you have been changing some items, and half of it has been changed and the rest has not been changed yet. So they're just saying that complete your tasks and whatever configurations you were doing at different parts of SharePoint, please make sure that you finish those configurations, and then when you're ready, everything is set up as you want and configured properly as you want it, then reindex or initiate a reindex. Because now when you do reindex, you won't be able to then search. Your search system will be really affected by that. So let's take a screenshot number 8 here, re-indexing a site. Screenshot number 8 would be re-indexing a site. Screenshot 8, re-indexing a site. So you have to have this screen up, and screenshot 8, re-indexing a site, and this screen should be up. Screw indexing a site. So re-indexing the site, I'm just gonna press enter here. Okay. And well, okay, if we had to, we don't have to re-index actually, so we just wanted to check this option, so I'm just going to cancel out from here. If we had to do some more search, then we won't be able to do that, so we don't really need to do that, but the main thing is to understand what it does it do and where it is located. So I'm going to cancel out from here, from the search and offline availability. And back to the site settings of our main first parent site, or your first name company site here. And if we go down here, so there's configuration, import and export. Yeah, so we can export the search configuration or import the search configuration if you want. Other than that, if we go up to the look and feel here, quick launch, change the look. So this is all about the look of your particular site collection. So if we go for look and feel, so I'm going to click that look and feel, and there you go. This site can't be reached. Seriously, are you kidding me? Oh yeah, because I am in incognito mode, so sometimes it's just broken when the next page launches in incognito mode. So I'll just close that. Well, is it open for you? Yes. Okay, thank you for the reply. Why is it not opening for me? Oh, wait. Close my site. I'll go for this exchange. Okay. So site contents and then site settings and title, description and logo. Oh, it works. So this, well, it's pretty straightforward. Title, description and logo. So this is your company site. Description is there, and logo you can just add from computer as well. So this is the logo here. It says from computer, but I don't see any browse button. So this means that it has to be loaded where this logo.gif is, which is layouts and then images. I guess this is going to be in the documents. So it's not really showing, but definitely you can just change the logo and and the main company title as well. You can change from here. Straightforward, nothing complicated here. So I'm just going to click cancel here, and quick launch. There's a quick launch here, look and feel, right? So let's click that quick launch. And when you quickly launch it, so these are exactly, you can even see that how they are showing in the result as a result, and this is what is here. So a new navigation link or new heading or change order, you can just change the order as well. So let's do this and go to the right side here and click change order, right? So let's click the change order inside the quick launch inside site settings. So once you click the change order, so now you can see the documents and pages here, and then basic search center. So what we can do is if we can just drag the documents at the after the site contents. So you can see it's on 2 and site contents is on 4. So if we go down and put it 4 documents, site contents became 3, right? But documents is on 4th now, right? Documents was the second one after the home. Now we gave it that number 4, and click OK. After giving it 4, let's click OK. Okay, now it is 4th. So that's just changing order and new navigation link. And now this could be obviously you can just add a new navigation link here, although it's under the recent. You can see the application that we added, adopt sign, and the document library we added, and under the subsites you can see the subsites that we created already. So any of those links can be added here in the main screen. So well, it's again not that big deal, and this is just navigation order and adding more links there at the main site. Then you can do that. Let's go to the site settings again and change the look. So let's click that, change the look. And yeah, so that's pretty convenient. So you just select it and it simply changes the whole look of the site. And well, you can just choose whichever you want. So there's that wooden here, and orbit, city, characters, gray, and I just don't want it to be very strange, so I'll just keep it light. Okay, so current is this. I'll just go for sea monster. How about sea monster? Or okay, I'll just go for sea monster here. You can go for anyone. And first it gets selected here, then we can click the try it out. So I'll click the try it out. And it's gonna look weird. Oh, this is how the view will be. Well, okay, so there's a no, not quite there, or yes, keep it, right? So, well, that's just to change the template, so no big deal here as well. I'm just gonna go for no, not quite here. I'm gonna click. If you've clicked yes, keep it, it's okay. If you go for no, not quite here, it's okay as well. I'm gonna click no, not quite here. And yeah, so we get the idea. You select it, you try it out, and you keep it, or you don't keep it. So I'm going to click back here to site settings to go back. And then there are site actions here, and we have gone through those manage site features. If we go ahead and click the site features here, site features. Yeah, so these are the site features. You can just see that whatever you want to activate, so it will check for its dependencies. Last class we tried that, and whatever are active already are showing green active box on the right side as well. So not every option here that has the word activate, if you click that, it's not gonna just activate. It's last time also it was just showing errors there that okay, there is that dependency that is missing. Because of this, I'm not gonna activate. So it was really showing errors, or yeah, we just have to be really careful activating any of the features here, site level features. So you have subsites, or maybe you have subsites, right? So it's a full hierarchy, so it's gonna affect all those subsites as well. I'm gonna click site settings again to go back, and enable search configuration export. So whatever you've configured here in the search section, you want it exported, then you can go for. So I'm just going to click that, enable search configuration export. I'm going to click that now. Let's click it. So it's a simple enable search configuration export. The export to the search configuration was successfully enabled. So you have first enabled it, and then you can actually export it. So it was disabled by default, that whatever. So you see that the search configuration itself is so complicated. and it takes a lot of time and effort and testing, so you would not want it to be exported so easily by anyone. So that's why by default it is disabled. So I'm just going to click close here and delete this site. Whoa, okay, so let's not go there. You know what, if we click that, I'm not going to actually delete it, but it should not just delete right away. Oh, there's a delete button, don't click it. Let's go back. So yes, well, that's how we can delete it. So I'm just gonna click site settings here. So site collection administration, there's a site administration. This is site administration, right? And this is site collection administration. Now this means that the site and then the subsite, so there is that site collection call, and then there are subsites here, right? And then the subsite, and then the subsite here, subsite, and then maybe subsite. So if there are many subsites here, or just the first level, there are many departments here for the company main site. So in that case, do you want, wow, that was a bad collection. So site collection and all the subsites here, you want to configure everything from up site collection to subsites and down to the subsite. Suppose you have that, then only this area can be used for that. So I'm just gonna escape. So site collection administration, there's a recycle bin here, and let's click that recycle bin. Let's click that recycle bin under the site collection administration. So there are some sites, whatever item you have deleted is ending up here in the recycle bin, and there is an empty recycle bin, or if you click that, so there's a restore here, and you click that, there's a restore here. But if we go for SharePoint online site administration recycle bin, so yeah, there's manage recycle bin of a SharePoint site. That's where we are. And recycle bin provides a safety net when users delete files, versions of files, list items, libraries, lists, and folders from a site. When users delete any of these items from a site, the items are placed in the recycle bin. This article focuses on this, okay. And discuss recycle bin on a site, which is different from the recycle bin in Windows. Okay, so they are very clear about that. The recycle bin on a site is different from the Windows recycle bin. Thank you. And I'll click that overview here. So yes, the number, that's what we were going for. So users who delete an item in the recycle bin can contact you to restore the item back to its original location, as long as the item hasn't exceeded the original deleted date that the server administration set. So by default, items in recycle bin are deleted automatically after 30 days. So it's just 30 days. Your items are staying there after deletion, regardless of whether or not an item is sent to the user's recycle bin or to the site collection second stage recycle bin. Items are deleted automatically after the number of days that the server administrator specified in central administration. So if you do not see the recycle bin on your site, the recycle bin could have been disabled by the server administrator. So that is also possible if you don't see that. But that's all about the recycle bin. So I'll just put that there. SharePoint site recycle bin. Okay, so Hamid says I said that class will finish before 9 today. Did I say that? Okay, let me close the video and then render it for 1 hour while you guys stay here, and then I'll revise the video, repeat the video, and look for it. That when did I say that? So okay, yeah, I can see that today the attendance is also low, and I can understand maybe there's a midterm tomorrow as well. For I don't think there's anything tomorrow for you guys, right? Nothing tomorrow. You guys are free for tomorrow, so why not we spend huge money? Oh, there's a presentation. Oh, presentation. That's why there's 6 or 7 guys are missing today. Okay. So in this section and the next section, ouch. Okay. Yeah. So okay. We got 2 more left, so we'll try. If there's some important configuration there, I'll just go for a screenshot. So let's go ahead and what we were talking about. Yeah, so it's 30 days for which the recycle bin settings will stay there, and I'll just go back to. So this will have to be a browser back button. So the company SharePoint site level settings are 30 days. We get that, and that's in the recycle bin here, site collection administration recycle bin. Then these are all the search settings for site collection administration across. So all the subsites will be affected if we make any changes here. Here it just affects the parent site. Here it will affect all the subsites as well. So site collection features shows here as well. Now there was managed site features here, then there is site collection features here. So let's click inside on top of this site collection features. Is it any different from what we saw before? So it just simply affects all the subsites as well. That's why I don't see anything activated here, while on the site level there were a few of the features activated, right? So provides the content types required for creating and using document sets. So many of those features will not get activated if their dependencies will not be activated. So I'm going to go back here, site settings, to check and see, and here in manage site features, right? So we were here, site collection features. I'm going here just to check which features were activated there already in manage site features. I'm just going to click that. So we can see the 2 active here, and external system events and following content. So okay, so we can try to activate those. I'm going to click back here and go down to site collection features under site collection administration. So are these features even there? So nope. So external clients, and so these are different features, right? Because they will make then those changes across the whole environment. So what we can do is we can just go down to, there's a reporting here and there's a review here, right? So if I go for reporting, if it does not depend on, if it is not having any dependencies to start first, then it's gonna get activated. So first I'm gonna go for reporting here and activate, and well, okay, it got activated. So if you go down, there's activate here, and there's a review, enable the definition and declaration of review. So I'm going to click that review here and activate. Okay, so you don't have access, it says. I'm just gonna go click back. So one feature activated here called reporting, and we can just take a screenshot of this. Site collection feature activated. Screenshot number 9, site collection feature activated. Screenshot 9, site collection feature activated. So I'll take a screenshot here. So that it should be green, right? It should be active, green. So screenshot 9, site collection feature activated. Okay, let's go back. So well, these are all the feature for different type of services that you need to enable. Obviously that's a very long list, but that's where you come for any major feature to be enabled for all the subsites as well. So I'm going to go back to site settings. I'll go back to site settings, and so we were here under site collection administration, and then there's site collection features. So there's a site hierarchy here as well, right? So I'm just gonna click the site hierarchy, and it's just showing that we have overall well, actually this is the Adobe's sign SharePoint Online. So this is just saying that this is another subsite, although it's an app that we added there. So these are just the other subsites that we are seeing here, and that is the site hierarchy. So let's take screenshot number 10, and name would be the same, site hierarchy. Let's take screenshot number 10, site hierarchy. Screenshot 10, site hierarchy. So, well, these are the features that we have tested today. So you can go ahead and upload these all on your, copy it in a Microsoft Word document and upload it to the link that I'm about to create now. it's going to be week 7. Okay, refresh the week 7 and upload, guys, and see you after the intercession week, and after that would be the quiz, midterm quiz. Thank you, have a good night, bye bye.